Hello, welcome to this new session of Meet the Peets. Let me introduce ourselves. This is my lovely wife, Alicia, and I'm Kevin.
Yes, and we're the Van der Peet family, and this is our ministry, like
Yep.
you could tell. And we started this ministry because God put in our hearts to share what marriage looks like. There is not enough guidance through marriage. So we are going to take you on our life journey, balancing our love life, our married life, our
Yep.
children, our work life, and to talk to you about what it looks like, what we go through, and how what our view on the topics are
Yeah.
or is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
and
that being said, actually, the topic of today is parenting in this digital world.
yes, of course, and that's a really that's a hot topic at this moment. We live in a digital era,
Era. Yep.
and it's hard to withhold your children from using any kind of device. Of course, it's possible, and you are still in control, I think. So, whatever you say goes, that's my opinion. But how do you help to navigate them, especially young children,
Hmm.
through this digital era? And you had some thoughts on that. So, that's what we are going to discuss today.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I can give a backstory if you want to
Yeah. Sure.
about
Why
our
not?
children, for example.
Yeah. Sure.
Our children are 8, almost 9, and 10 at this moment. And I never allow them too much screen time. I was okay with them watching television, but I wasn't okay with them using devices. No phones, no tablets, not
No.
at all. And then they went to a school where they, at first, not anymore,
No. No.
the education was through a tablet. So I couldn't withhold them from that anymore. So thankfully that changed at the school also. So they don't, that's not their main source of education anymore.
No.
So I'm glad about that. Uh, but it was hard for me to withhold them from being
Yeah. On a digital
on the
device, right?
screen. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's simple as that. A little more backstory. You always worked full time, and I was a stay-at-home mom the first couple of years uh, of their lives. So that's the reason why I'm telling you I was doing it. So don't be like, from what was his role? His role was providing, and I was
Yeah.
keeping the house, doing the household, raising the children, and he also raised the children, but I was the one with them
Yeah.
all
24
24/7.
7
Yeah,
actually,
that's
right?
it. That's why. So I was really strict on screen time because I see a lot of children. I saw a lot of children in my surroundings that when the parents were tired or something, they were like, "Here's the device. You do what you need to do, and I'm gonna do me." And I
Yep.
don't believe in that. I believe that children are a blessing from God. That's the most important thing. Children are the biggest blessing you could receive in your life. And I feel really blessed. I think that we are really blessed that God gave us two sons, not one but two. So I
Yep.
cherish I cherish them. I cherish the fact that God thought I was worthy. So I'm trying to do my best
Yeah.
in it. We
Of
we try
course.
to do
Yeah.
our best to give them the best example, give them the best, yeah, the best
Yeah.
upbringing. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And also attention, I think,
yeah.
because you can give your phone, tablet, whatever
Use
to
the
the
phone.
kids and
Yeah,
do whatever,
yeah,
and then you actually don't put some energy in your kids, your own
yeah,
kids, right?
yeah.
So I think yeah, that was a good start,
I think it
right?
was because
Yeah.
the time I spent with my children, I spent with my children. Maybe
And you
for
can do
hmm?
it once,
You
right?
can only do it once. You
Yeah.
can only do it once, especially when they're when they're smaller. You cannot relive the moment.
Nope.
Sometimes a lot of people think back on certain moments in their lives. with what if I did this? I could have done that, and I didn't want to do that. So I spent a lot of time with my children. I've been called a helicopter mom because I was spending time with my children, not because I was watching their every move, but because everything we were doing was together. So if they wanted to play a game, I would play a game. If they wanted to do this, I would do that. And it was
Yeah.
suffocating, but for people from the outside, because they are raising their children with on devices, it was kind of hard. But okay. So it was, it's no, not hard, it was strange for them. And I really had to stand up, I had to stand tall and say, no, that's not what I
Yeah.
want to give my children.
And you had, I think, also the privilege to be with the kids, right?
Yeah,
Teach
that's
them how we want them to raise.
to be raised. Yeah.
Yeah, be raised.
Mm-hmm.
What to teach actually,
What,
and
yeah,
how to
what they
grow up.
consume,
Yeah,
like
yeah. I think
yeah, that's
that's
it.
the correct word.
Yeah, I do. We were in control of what they consumed. We, because always when the children are bad, I'm telling them, you take care of your
Your
children,
kids.
your children, and when they're doing something good, I'm like, my children, yes, those
Mm-hmm.
are mine. So that's why it's a joke between us. So when I
Yeah,
talk about my children, that's
that's
why
also, yeah, that's positive, right?
it's positive. Yeah, but the children, I think, like our oldest, the first year of his life, he only had how do you say that? Um, bio. I said it. Eco-friendly food.
Oh, the
He
food.
never
Yeah.
had something that was processed, something that was had pesticides on it. So I was really careful with him with the second
Mm-hmm.
one because I had him right after I had the first one. I was a little less strict, but I was
Yeah.
so focused on what they would consume, what they would put in their body. And it's the same thing with uh, what they're putting into their mind.
Yeah.
So like the eyes are the windows of the soul. So whatever you see with your eyes, it will set in your heart. So I was really mindful of that. That's the reason why I was mindful about the use of
Yeah, digital
devices.
devices.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was really strict, and then something happened.
Then something happened.
Yeah, and then
And
something
what's the
happened.
clue?
Okay, what happened? The oldest plays basketball, and he
Oh,
was
yeah.
invited for to tag along. I think he was 8. No, he was 8, maybe 7.
Yeah, I think
He,
7.
yeah,
Yeah, maybe
8. No, he was
7,
8.
8.
I know for sure he was 8 because it was 2 years ago. He was invited by the under 14 basketball team from our club, and he was going with them to a game. And then all of a sudden, I started
Panicking.
panicking. And no
Mm-hmm.
panic, first of all, it's not from my father, but I started panicking. I drove to the Media Markt. That's a big
Yeah, retailer store.
retailer
Yeah.
store. And I bought him a phone. And then I bought the oldest a phone, went to the Vodafone shop to buy him a SIM card to put in the phone, and then I was like, oh, that's not fair towards the other one. I went back to buy the other one a phone and the card. It's so terrible. And then I gave the oldest his phone so I could call him. And
Yeah.
afterwards, so he went with the coach of the team, and I could have called the coach. I don't know what was wrong
Yeah.
with me, but it was letting go. It was the first time I let him go with anybody outside of the family. That's
Yeah.
it.
And actually provide him a digital device for
Yeah.
him.
No,
So,
no, but no, that's not completely true because they go
yeah,
to the
to the,
digital
yeah.
school. We had to buy them a tablet. So they had a tablet because you had to bring your own device at first.
Yeah.
But there were only educational programs of apps on the tablet, and they were only allowed to use it at school. So it's different. And sometimes when we drove through the south of France, because we love to go on holiday by car, especially me,
Yeah.
and then
Road
I would,
trips.
yeah, road trips. I love road trips. I do love road trips. And then I would download some videos on there when it would take too long for them, because I wouldn't even let them use it.
No, for almost the whole trip,
Yeah,
right?
I don't believe in it. I think you can use your brain, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So they had devices, but they didn't use it. But by buying the phones, I started to let go a little, and then they started to play, what is it, Minecraft, and later on Roblox,
Yeah.
and we limit the screen time, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, not maybe, for sure. We
We
limit the screen
installed
time.
some apps so you can, yeah, limit screen time. They couldn't download stuff
They
actually
still
by
can't.
themselves. No, no, no,
No, they
still
still can't.
can't.
No, no,
So
no, no,
they
no.
need to approve or ask us,
We need to
right?
approve. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So,
So they are not free on their devices.
nope.
We limit screen time. Like I let them use the tablet for like 30 minutes, 2 days a week. But then they discovered something when they go over to my mother's house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you know when your parents are raising you, they have a lot of rules.
Mm-hmm.
But when they're watching their grandchildren, I don't know. No rules
Access,
apply.
no,
No, I don't know. It is
nothing.
something wrong with grandparents. I love grandparents, but something is wrong. So they discovered that when they went over to my mother's house and they spent the night, especially the youngest
Yeah.
one, the youngest one, they would spend hours on the device.
Yeah.
Hours.
And ask for extension of time.
No, no, but that's
And
the next step.
yeah,
So
that's it.
when I found out, because I could track their phones, I'm like, okay, what have they been up to? What were they doing on the tablet? And then I found out they at home go to bed early. Then I noticed that they were still on the device around 10 o'clock. So I put the limits
Mm-hmm.
on their devices,
Yeah.
and then they
So
would
it automatically
it it
close
it,
it,
it
turn off,
yeah
and
it just it had a block. They weren't able to use it anymore, and then they would call what you were saying.
yeah, to have some additional playing time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are they always so how do you say that, so fanatic about spending the night with my mom? But that was why.
Yeah.
And at first we didn't understand. And
No,
we're
no,
like,
no.
it's just
We were kind of strict, and
yeah.
at your,
And my
yeah,
mom, she I don't know. I don't want to say different rules because I don't think she has rules for them.
no rules.
No, not at all.
Almost no rules. No.
Almost no rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's what we did. We limited the screen time. We put in some how do you say that? A limit, yeah, a
Yeah,
limit,
yeah.
and that worked better. And I think it's funny because the next step
Yeah.
is my baby brother still lives at home, and he bought a PlayStation.
Oh, yeah.
And then I turned off the devices, and then they played PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart people, smart kids, right? So,
That's how
yeah.
they discovered the consoles. Because we had no, we need to share this because we had a Nintendo Switch. They saved their money and they bought it themselves. But only on Sundays we used to play the Nintendo Switch. So they were not really used to it
No,
because
no,
we
no.
still limit the screen time. But that's where they discovered PlayStation. And one day I was like, telling my brother like, "Yo, you can't do this," and he was like, "I know, I need to be more strict." And
Mm-hmm.
now, when it's time to go to bed, he's like, "Ma, send him to bed." And my mom is like, "No, it's okay. It's weekend. It's other." And my brother is like, "Send him to bed now." And my mom is like, "Oh, tranquila, take your time." And then he's like, "Children, get up, get up, get up, go to bed." I'm so grateful that
So
he
he is
still listens.
parenting.
He's
Yeah,
parenting, and
yeah,
my mom is like, it's
definitely.
all good, it's all good. It doesn't matter. That's really that. It's
Annoying,
terrible.
but yeah.
It's, I'm so grateful for my brother. What do you think that would have happened if he didn't live at home? They would be still on. on that
Mm-hmm.
device right now.
Yeah, probably the day after when we pick them up, they are still on the device.
Yeah, they wouldn't go to sleep, and my mom
Yep.
falls asleep eventually, and they're there. No, you know the toothpicks between the eyes, like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's
Keep
what.
them open. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah,
So the first 8 years were perfectly managed by
yeah.
screen time,
And then
right?
something shifted. Yeah,
Yeah. Cool.
panic. But that's another thing. Like panic, that's not of God. But okay, I panicked, and you see what came off of it, because I shouldn't have bought him a phone. I shouldn't have. And let's be honest, he doesn't leave the house with the phone, not without the phone. He doesn't leave the house with the phone.
No, no.
The only moment he leaves the house with the phone is when he spends the night with my mom, with my step sister. Doesn't matter if he spends the night somewhere else, or they spend the night. And when they,
Yeah, yeah. Actually, last time on a party, a birthday party,
yeah,
right? He bring his phone in his bag,
oh yeah, but that's
right?
trendy. That's trendy. Yeah, that was it. Because they were going somewhere, and I was like, okay, I want to call you, and that was the first time he brought it
Yeah, yeah.
without us. Even when he goes somewhere with my mom, because they are always taking trips, I don't give the phone. But when we go shopping, and sometimes they need new shoes or stuff, and they have to come with us. But I love shopping too, so sometimes they have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when they are allowed to bring their phones. And then when I'm shopping, I'm like, go find a bench, go find a bench. And they're like, okay, mom. And sometimes they already scanned the place, and they're like, mom, there are no benches over here. I'm like, oh, shoot. How are we going to do that? And then I just create one for them. So
Yep.
you need to be
So
creative.
totally shifted,
Yeah,
right?
I totally. But it's just because they have to wait on me, and I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
want to, how do you say it? Bring them discomfort. But sometimes you just have
yeah.
to wait. You need to get over yourself, and you need to do stuff that you don't like.
That's correct.
But when it's not for me, I don't allow them to be on the phone, because they need to be
No, no, no. And
aware of what.
they actually don't get the phone all the time, right?
No, no, no,
Sometimes
no.
we forget it at home,
Yeah.
so we go out without the phone.
You don't need a
So
phone. You don't need a phone to have a
no.
good time. For example, because we're going to go further, talk about some other stuff, but like we went to the south of Spain this year by car in 2 days, and it wasn't the first time. You need to you can find out on Google Maps Amsterdam to the south of Spain. It's a long ride, and I did not allow screen time. So no, that was not this year. It was last year, 2022. I did not allow screen time. I told you I had my tablet downloaded some videos through the streaming services for maybe in case it would take too long for them, but I didn't allow that.
Yep.
Instead of that, I take a big bag with me with all the games, coloring books, pens, pencils,
Yep.
whatever. So nobody can say that they are bored during the drive. We
Yep.
play games. I play games. You need to be a little
And
smart.
bingos and yeah.
Bingo, everything we play in the car. The things we can do, the four of us, because we switch, yeah. So then he drives for 4 hours and I drive for 5 hours. Things we can do, the four of us. Like I see what you can see, and then you have to pick something in the car, and the color is brown. And especially the
Yep.
youngest one, he's so creative.
Mm-hmm.
You will never guess what he
Yep.
saw, because he's the type of child. He saw a tree like 25
Yep.
kilometers before, and he's still talking about the tree. He can't stick to the car.
No, no, no.
No, but he
Or
keeps
he
it.
switches.
He's
When you
switching.
guess the correct item, he switches. So you never
Yeah,
know.
I love him though. So he
Yep.
keeps us busy. So that's what I did. But this year you changed your plan, your game plan. So
My game plan.
yeah, 2023 you changed your game plan. We went to the south of Spain, and you bought them
Oh yeah, and monitor,
a screen.
a screen.
Yeah.
my bad, or was it good?
No,
Yeah, I think it was
it
pretty
worked out
good,
for the
right?
good. It worked out for the
Yeah,
good.
it was a 20-hour trip, 28-hour trip,
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
in 2 days. And yeah, we were mindful of screen time, of course. So not that we just left and we say, hey, pick your phones, pick your tablet, do whatever on a mobile device. No, no, no. We try to extend the time.
Mm-hmm. We played our
Just,
games
yeah,
as
play
always.
games,
Yeah.
chat with each other,
Mm-hmm.
rest, whatever.
But also, because I'm strict like that, look outside,
Yeah,
count the leaves on
count
the
it. Yeah,
trees.
yeah,
That's what I tell them.
yeah,
And
yeah.
now they're getting older, so they're getting a little smart. Like, you count the leaves, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, you count the leaves,
Yeah,
and it keeps them busy. And they're like, Mom, it's going too fast. I can't count them.
no,
So, but sometimes you need to. How do you say that? Entertain yourself. I'm not here
yeah,
to entertain you all day. You need to
no.
use your brain, okay, to entertain yourself. You don't
That's
need
very
me.
important.
Yeah, so that's what we also do. So it's
Yeah.
not only we don't stimulate them all day. So maybe
No, no, no.
I create that's what I painted that picture, but I don't stimulate them all day. I never did, because you need to entertain yourself.
Yeah.
Just as simple as that.
And
But
you
you,
also
hmm?
need to have some me time, right? Or
Yeah, everybody,
yeah,
also me.
yeah.
Yeah, also
But
you.
I,
Hmm? But you bought the screen,
yeah.
and then you bought the whole construction, so you
Mm-hmm.
could
Nice
you
construction.
yeah, I love it though. It's a
Yeah, a bar actually where
yeah.
you can connect the screen on, and you can
It's
also
between the head. You give them all the details.
all the
It's between the
details.
head. How do you say that? The
When you rest your head, yeah,
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
don't know the head.
Sorry.
The head thing.
The
this,
seats,
this, this
yeah,
is what you how you the head. Okay,
yeah,
and it's between those, and then you put it
yeah,
in
between, and you can connect your, for instance, your Switch
your
on
Nintendo.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Nintendo, yeah,
Because that's
sorry.
what we did. We took our a Nintendo Switch with us.
Yeah, and say so they can't play with each other,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they
Against each
can.
other,
Yeah,
with
they
each
yeah.
other.
So then it was in the middle of the car, in the middle of the back seat, and then they could play. And we didn't allow them to play that much, like 2 hours
Yeah,
per
Max.
day. But that was our first time using a digital device in the
Yeah,
car,
maybe.
and I liked
Yeah,
it. Did I
yeah,
say that out loud? I liked it because
yeah.
they had
Correct.
so much fun. I haven't seen them have so much fun. Um,
During the
playing.
trip,
No, 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 no.
or
They always have fun during trip. I haven't seen them have so much fun playing together. It was like a different atmosphere. Like they always play nice together, but this was on a different level. And I was like,
yeah.
this is so nice. This is the only thing I didn't like, because the screen was this big. I couldn't see behind me. I couldn't see them anymore.
In the mirror.
No, you could look in the mirror. I
Yeah.
couldn't look in the mirror. So for you, it worked.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, there's a difference between you and me.
Correct. So yeah, actually that was yeah.
Our first try, and I know
Yep.
next time I would do the same. So
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
you
But yeah, it was a special moment, right? It was holiday, it was a long trip,
was an extra long trip.
and in a day-to-day, actually, we don't give them the tablet or
Yeah,
screen
yeah,
time a lot because we are, yeah, pretty busy
yeah. We
with
don't have time.
school, sports,
Yeah,
blah blah blah. So sometimes when they
they.
go to
Hmm?
your mother, actually,
Yeah,
they have some additional screen time.
but they don't. But that's the thing, and that's we should have pointed that out on forehand, that we have such a busy life that they don't really have the time.
Being on a device.
No, they don't have the time for the devices. So they play a lot of sports. We're really active in our community, in our church. We don't, not that we don't allow it, because that I already explained, but they don't get the chance to spend their time on the device that much, that often. Sometimes they don't touch the device for like 4 weeks, and they don't even miss it because they aren't raised
Being on a
on the
device all the
device.
time.
No, so they're not raised like that. So they don't. Maybe they think about it, but they don't miss it and they don't say it out loud. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
But then you had the subject. Um, how do you educate your children
Yeah, because
about the digital world? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Actually, sometimes we are eating, the four of us, and one have a question. Hey, how old is blah de blah, or how big is blah de blah, and they want to look it up on our mobile device to search for an answer,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So they try to look up now everything online
yeah.
because it's handy, it's fast, and
And
it's easy,
they're
right?
curious. They're
Of
like
course.
their mama. They want to know everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But sometimes they come back with answers that are really wrong.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
do you have another example?
Um, yeah. Okay, they come back with answers that are
Yeah.
truly off. Um,
Or see some small videos
yeah,
when they land on YouTube, for
with
instance.
deepfake.
Yeah, with deepfake, you
Yeah,
have the people who, yeah, the computer stuff, technique probably, that they pretend to be a person, but actually it's not. That's the deepfake, and they share information, wrong, fake information
yeah,
actually.
yeah. And then the children repeat it, and
Yeah,
they were like, not everything you see is okay. And
yeah,
especially like there are some influencers, especially on YouTube, and sometimes I sit with them and I listen because I think you need to show interest in what your children are doing. So I sit them and then I'm showing interest. And sometimes I'm like, why in the world are you watching this? But okay, I'm not here to
mm,
judge. And sometimes I see them listen to influencers. They love Minecraft. And there's an influencer, a Dutch boy, that plays Minecraft, but it's not real. And then he's teaching the children how to build stuff like that. And you can do this and you can give me money and stuff like that. I had to stop my children, and they were trying to remake what he was making, and I googled it and I found out he was just assembling it through I think Photoshop or something, and I had to teach them it's okay if you watch this boy, but remember this is not okay, and you need to have discernment, and so that's what I cover my children with discernment, so they know what is real, what is fake,
yeah,
because some things on internet are really 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 off. Like this boy, he's like, you can transfer money to me and then I can build it for you, and I'm like,
yeah,
I will pull up to your house if you do that to my children. Don't do that. So
yeah.
but you need to teach your children, because like if you don't teach them that not everybody is how do you say it, has a pure heart,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you need to teach them. Nothing more than that. You
No,
need
no,
to
no.
teach your children not everybody's pure of heart.
Yeah, yeah, and I think also being a parent, be transparent.
Mm-hmm. Transparent. Don't say
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, about topics, learn them, and that they don't do or look up stuff
Yeah.
secretly, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. They'll just be open about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, one thing. No, that's what I taught my children. And I teach my other children around me. Mothers, they know everything. So if you lie, they know. They will never let you know that they know, but they know.
Yep.
That's what I do with my cousins also. And they're like, you need to tell Auntie Alicia, because she already knows. You need to tell her. You need to be honest. I'm like, you were raised good.
Yeah.
You were raised right. But there's another thing. Like they love to play Roblox, and I was always strict about the games they played on Roblox. They are getting a little older, and I'm talking about the oldest especially. Um, he has a friend that plays a game on Roblox, and I know 2 years, 2.5 years, the oldest introduced the game to me, and I was like, "This is, I'm gonna say it out loud, is not of God, and I have problems with you playing this game. So I would rather that you wouldn't play it. I rather have that you don't play this game, because I don't think it's good for you." So he's like, "Okay, mom, I won't play it again." And now a friend of him, and that's too bad because I was talking to somebody, a mother, a Christian mother, and she was like, "It's so fine, it's so nice that for the children to have Christian friends, friends that believe in Jesus, and it's so nice for them." And I was like, "But you still need to have discernment because the enemy comes in a disguise." So a friend of my children, especially the oldest child, he introduced that game to my son and to my children, and it's called Fruit Blocks, I think, on Roblox, and the name was resonating in my head, and I know it from somewhere, and I was thinking, what is it? And then one day I was like, come sit with me, show me the game, and I looked at it, and it was that game, and it's such a demonic game, really is. And I was like, okay, but it was of a Christian friend, so that's why you need to pray discernment, because he plays that with his other friends, but
Mm-hmm.
it's so not of good influence. But I cannot blind my children from the stuff that happened in the world.
No, no, no. But teach them what's good, what's wrong,
Yeah,
what the risks are, what can be fake, or yeah,
yeah.
just teach them because yeah, they will find out,
The
right?
easy way or the hard way, they finna
Yeah,
find out.
yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, maybe a step back, we can just easily deactivate apps if we don't want them to play.
Yeah, you
We
could do
can
that,
remove,
but
disable.
I think they're at the age, children find a way.
Yeah, yeah.
So I really prefer to educate them than to withhold them from something. So I educated them, and the oldest didn't really see what I was talking about, and my youngest was like, "Yeah, because there's also this and this and this," and so I was like, "So you knew it already?" He was like, "Yeah, I think I knew it, but I wasn't sure," and I had to. They played the game again this week, and I'm like, I'm putting it in God's hand. That's first and foremost, but I'm making them aware of opening doors. So I think you need to be mindful of what you teach your children.
Yeah, yeah.
And the deep fake, yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah,
Like,
you saw some videos as well, right?
yeah,
Of deepfake stuff.
yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's terrible. They just use your voice, and they make the strangest videos of you saying stuff like, so that's what you refer to, like the information, it's not right.
No, no, no.
No,
And it's just at the beginning, right?
yeah, we
So,
think so. Yeah,
yeah.
I said so much. I'm so sorry.
No, no, no. It was a good talk, right?
It's always a
About
good talk.
digital, about yeah, the
Yeah.
challenges probably every parent with kids in this digital
Yeah.
era have, right?
An area. Yeah.
An area.
We grew up with the computers, like with the, when the internet, when you had to call
Dial
in.
in. Mm-hmm.
That's when we were growing up.
Yeah,
So
that's correct.
I love it.
Almost the same age as our kids, right?
Yeah, maybe that's wrong of me because I had a computer at their age. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
No, I always had a computer, by the way. Yeah, that's different. But I always had a computer, so it's a little different. But we didn't
Yeah.
have internet. I just had a computer to play a game. You could only play the game with the arrows on
Keyboard.
on the keyboard.
Yeah.
So but that's what I had, and then later on we had internet, and then the PC became interesting because when I could only play the game, it was interesting at the beginning, but after a while I was like, okay, it's not that interesting.
No, just go outside.
Yeah, but I love the fact that you can look stuff up, like you don't have to wait to go to the library to find it in an encyclopedia. So it's
Yeah.
good. It has its perks.
Yeah. Sure. So the summary of this conversation is be mindful of everything that's online, and yeah,
And you are in control. You decide how much time they spend on a device. Like, I know for a lot of parents it's hard, but the parents are in control. That's what I believe. You
yeah,
also?
sure, should be
Good.
right.
So I hope you enjoyed this session we had today. I hope you can relate to the subject. I hope you take something out of it you can use in your own parenthood. And don't forget to reach out to us and let us know what your takeout on the subject is, because we're here to learn. So let us know.
Yeah.
And don't forget to
Like, subscribe, follow,
share.
share.
Share, but it's okay. Follow is also
Almost,
good.
almost.
Almost. You almost aced it.
Yep.
Follow and spread it in your network, because we cannot reach anybody if it's not if
No.
this session isn't shared. So
Yeah, super.
okay.
Hope to see you next time
Yeah.
at meetthepeets.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait till next week. You need to mark your calendars. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Central European Time.
Wow.
Wow, that didn't come out smoothly, but I made it. So,
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
A
you
good
for
one.
watching.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Ciao, people. Bye bye.